Hey, I thought I'd give you guys a quick tour of my Ford T350 van. I've had it just over a year and a half. I've done some modifications to the inside, and I think it'd be interesting to show everyone what I've done. Just as a caveat, I don't live out this van. I have a nice house that I live out just up behind me, and I work out this van, so it's kind of set up like an office. I do events where I'm away on the road, and so I do spend about 6 to 8 weeks on the road, sleeping and living out the van. So I'm going to show you around outside, and then we'll do a tour on the inside in some later episodes and show you the different components that I built out. But it's a T350 van. It's all-wheel drive and it's extended, so it's got a nice long bit at the back, and it gives me about 2 feet extra room in the back. I originally bought it with about 100,000 miles on, directly after COVID, and this model was really hard to find. I live in Virginia, and I eventually saw it in a dealership up in New Jersey, and ended up buying the whole thing over text, which was pretty crazy. And they delivered it down on a rollback just as I was leaving the country, so I actually didn't get to see it in person or test drive it until about 6 or 8 weeks after I bought it. Everything worked out well, and yeah, and I've been kind of doing some little mods and upgrades on it ever since. So just starting up front, we've got some KO2 upgrades on for the front wheels. That gives me a little bit of about a 2-inch lift and better traction. It is all-wheel drive, and I do take this, you know, onto wet grass slopes, off onto fire roads and those types of things. So the clearance is a little bit better, but I really got it kind of for the traction more than anything. When I upgraded the tires, I did feel a little bit of extra sway in it, and what I went and did is replace my struts up front and my shocks up back with Bilsteins. You can see them if you come underneath. They're the yellow ones. I think they're the 61 or 7100s. And after putting them in, the sway went away completely. It was great. I haven't done any other upgrades to the suspension. I haven't put any airbags or anything like that in. My build is actually pretty light on the inside, and you'll see that when we go through it. As we go back, I also put a window in my slider door here. Tons of videos out there that show you how to do this. Basically, cut a big hole in the side of your tin can and stick the window on. I got this from Vanda Windows Direct. I love it. It's basically the stick-on type, so it kind of looks nice and smooth and clean. It's a bit like the OEM window. First time I put this in, don't know if I installed it incorrectly or I hit it with a chip when I was weed eating near it, but the whole thing completely shattered. Vanda Windows Direct was super cool. They sent me a new window, 50% off. Shipping is always expensive on these guys. Took the old shattered one out and put it back in. So that wasn't something I really wanted to do, but it's what happened. Up top, I've got a Flatline Van Company rack, which I really like, and we'll go up and have a look at that. On this side, I've kind of got some spots all the way around that we use when we're at events. Fire those guys up and gives us lots of light. As we move back, I've just got basically my company. I do timing and tracking. So we do GPS tracking for the Venture Enablers, and we use GPS trackers to put on participants for endurance events, and that's mainly what I use this van for, is going on site and doing timing events. So I have equipment that I need to pull in and out of the back, and you'll kind of see how we've got that set up for that. I did have a wrap put on it for branding. I'd probably go to someone else next time. It's pretty expensive. Kind of like the design, it's okay, but if you want to get a full wrap on a whole van, it's pretty expensive to be expected to pay for it. So as we move back around here, because of the back end sticks out so far on the extended version, you will find that if you go through stuff that has a big angle, you're going to catch this back end. So to help with that a little bit, and of course tow trailers, I put a 2-inch receiver hitch on here. That's very easy to do. You know, you can go to like any of the guys who sell hitches online and buy that and put it on. It's a little more tricky. I put a 7-pin and a 4-pin in here, and I bought an actual OEM kit to do that. and that took a little bit of work to put that in. But if I want now, I can actually put a brake controller on the back of the van. These guys don't haul a lot. I don't have the turbo in here, and so my tow capacities are out 5,000–6,000 pounds, and I really don't tow anything really heavy. I've got a little flatbed I tow more than anything. As we move on around, actually when I bought it, it was nice. I have my rear windows are all in here, so I think that's nice. A lot of people, when they buy a van, they don't think about that, and so I highly recommend having a rear view window, and it's nice. We've got a bed back here, and it's just nice to be able to have that set up, and they're fairly well frosted, so you can't really see in there. As we work around to this side, I've got my Flatline Van Company ladder, which I really like. Well worth it. I do have a storage platform on the roof, which we'll go up and show you. And yeah, this is a great ladder. You can actually, this is my Starlink, and we'll talk about some cabling and stuff when I have that here. I do have a diesel heater in here, and I've got my exhaust coming out this side right here. And if I just sneak under here, and I can show you guys underneath, basically that's my heater, and we'll look it down on the inside. It's just a Chinese diesel heater that comes out underneath. This is a turret, and actually I have a diesel fuel tiny little canister there that I have put in. What I'm going to do this winter is actually drop my fuel tank, which is right here, and replace this with a gasoline based heater, and then we're gonna pull that from my gas tank. And actually, while I'm under here, you can see, I'll point this out on the inside, I have a bench seat that's been mounted, and this has been secured underneath, and we've got some 1/8" angle iron that actually goes in, and that secures my seat on the inside, and then there's actually mounts on the other side of here that we had to pull down when we installed that. So lastly, what we'll do is go up on the roof, and then we can show you what we've got going up on here. So I'll just get up here, and then we'll just grab this guy. And what we have up here is, and this all mounts really nicely to the Flatline Van Company rack. We've got some Renogy solar panels. I got 400 watts up here. We've got a MaxxAir fan here. I'll show you that on the inside. I've got a Gen 3 Starlink dish right here. Actually, I just got, and that works with mobility, and they actually just upgraded the plans. It's always worked with mobility, and they said it wouldn't. And they just upgraded the plans today. Actually, it's cost $15 more. I just got the email. And what that means is you can actually just drive down the road and get internet through your Starlink wherever you are. And then here I've got kind of just a little platform so you can get up on the roof, and I have some mounts here as well just to secure some stuff. And it's just basically marine plywood that I've got secured up here and painted, so I can put some other mounts and stuff if I need to. So that's kind of the outside of the van. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to do a tour of the inside. We're going to start showing you some of the electrics, the plumbing, my work area, the bed, and those types of things, just in some shorter videos. So tune back in, and we'll get you updated on what the inside of the van looks like.